That is why I think it's very important that this case, the landmark decision itself, will provide the first step forward for the whole judiciary to get things right in the future.
Okay, so everyone then watching this landmark case, as you're calling it, and just tell us what this means, this case means for Anwar's political career.
I think it is very good for Anwar Ibrahim. I mean, if he can get out from this trial as soon as possible, it will leave him with a lot of time, a reasonable amount of time to focus on the next general elections. And I think it will also be a possibility for him to win some credibility back, as he has long alleged that, yep.
And how long do we expect this court case to go on for?
I think it is difficult to tell. It depends on the proceeding. It depends on the whole prosecution. I think they are going to introduce a couple more witnesses. It's left to be seen, but potentially it may take 2 to 3 months more.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us there live from Kuala Lumpur.
You're welcome.
Here's what's coming up. We'll have Farah. She'll be with us with all the sport, including looking forward to a big night in the UEFA Champions League as Barcelona hosts Arsenal for a place in the quarterfinals.
Afghanistan is faced with a huge challenge.
Relations have gone really sour between us and our allies.
We have inflicted considerable damage on the enemy.
The people who make international headlines.
Ultimately, the truth will out.
They want to stop this publication of information that embarrasses them.
Make time for Sir David Frost. Frost over the world. At this time on AlJazeera.
Well, this week, the Brazilian football team is arriving in the Chechen capital, Grozny, to play a team apparently captained by the region's feared leader, Ramzan Kadyrov. Let's look closer at the man the 5 times World Cup winners will be taking on. Well, Kadyrov is the son of a former Chechen president who was assassinated in 2004. He's accused of using violent force to keep Islamist fighters in check. In 2010, Austria said they believed Kadyrov ordered the kidnapping of a Chechen exile in Vienna, who was later found dead. In the same year, one of his rivals was murdered in Dubai. Police accused a close advisor to the president of the killing. In 2009, Kadyrov won a civil suit against the human rights group Memorial. It was ordered to retract a statement that Kadyrov was responsible for the murder of a prominent rights activist. Neve Barker in Grozny has more on his rule.
After 2 wars that nearly leveled the Chechen capital, Grozny today has been largely rebuilt. This, the largest brand new mosque anywhere in Europe. And all of this has been largely attributed to the Kremlin-backed leader of the region, Ramzan Kadyrov, who says that he has brought stability and security back to Chechnya. But Kadyrov has been accused of running a totalitarian regime, of keeping a firm grip on power by amassing a personal militia. Human rights groups say that this power has been exercised through heavy-handed tactics. and violence. He's also accused of violating Russia's secular constitution by introducing elements of Sharia law. Women here in Chechnya are now expected to wear headscarves, and polygamy is tolerated. But human rights observers say that some of these laws are actually being imposed upon an unwilling population. In return for keeping the peace and the insurgents at bay, some analysts believe that the Kremlin is allowing Kadyrov to run Chechnya almost like a personal fiefdom. Still, Kadyrov realizes that for this region to flourish, he needs to attract foreign investment and also improve the troubled image of this part of the country. That's half the reason why Kadyrov has decided to invite members of the Brazilian World Cup 2002 winning team here to play very much a public relations match. In the words of Kadyrov, Chechnya is the next tourist destination for Russia and also for the world. But for that to happen, violence needs to be kept at bay.
Well, Farah is here now with all the sports news. Hi, Farah.
Hi. Well, let's get the latest from the Cricket World Cup. In Group A, leaders Pakistan are looking to extend their unbeaten run as they take on New Zealand, who are trying to stay in the qualification places. The Black Caps won the toss and opted to bat in Palakele, Sri Lanka. They got off to a bad start, though opener Brendan McCullum out in the first over. They're now 93 for 2 after 23 overs. England batsman Kevin Peterson has flown home to have surgery on his hernia problem. He's expected to be replaced by Owen Morgan. The England squad have arrived in Chittagong for their match amid tight security. They face co-host Bangladesh on Friday. Ian Bell is expected to move up the order to open the batting in place of Peterson. Meanwhile, Stuart Broad's participation is also in doubt for Friday's match as he's battling a side strain. To football, and Monday's Spanish League game saw Deportivo La Coruña move away from the relegation zone after an important win against Real Sociedad. A goal from striker Evan Ricky just before the break gave the home side the lead. And that was doubled in the second half by Adrian Lopez, who slipped the ball under the keeper to make it 2-0. And despite pulling a goal back, the visitors couldn't grab an equalizer, Deportivo taking the vital points. Final score, Deportivo 2, Real Sociedad 1. Well, there's some good news for Arsenal fans as manager Arsene Wenger is including Robin van Persie in the squad. The Gunners are preparing for probably the toughest match in club football, an away trip to Barcelona in the Champions League later on Tuesday. Matt Rumsey reports from Barcelona.
The Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona has always been a difficult place to come and play football, and never more so than now. Pep Guardiola's team, widely regarded as the best in the world, is wounded. A 2-1 defeat to Arsenal in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 tie has annoyed Lionel Messi and his teammates, making them more dangerous than ever.
You can look at the game in different ways. From our point of view, we feel that we let Arsenal score twice, and Arsenal feel they have deservedly scored twice to win. That's why football is so great. Everybody is entitled to a different opinion.
Confident here at the Camp Nou Stadium or not, history is against the Arsenal. Knocked out at the quarter-final stage last season by Barcelona,